My mom saw my groom entering bathroom with bridesmaid in the middle of wedding. My mom, Emma, was so delighted. I was all set to get married to the love of my life, Nathan. So mom shuffled toward my future husband to give him my late father's diamond cufflinks. But Nathan was walking too fast, and mom had to raise her achy knees. She watched him approach Olivia, one of my bridesmaids, and whisper something to her. Then, they both walked away from the venue toward the back of the restaurant. Curious, mom tiptoed behind them, only to see them slipping into a bathroom together. Mom slightly opened the door, and her heart sank when she peered inside. I can't wait anymore, babe. Nathan tugged at Olivia's waist, pulling her closer. Not now, darling, Olivia crooned. If someone finds out, our plans will be ruined. Patience, babe. You just need to stay married for a little. Think of the big payday we'll get when you divorce your boring wife. Millions of dollars worth, but now control yourself. Mom leaned over and glimpsed at Nathan and Olivia in the bathroom mirror. They were locked in each other's arms, kissing passionately. Not now, Olivia muttered. We have to get back. Not until you promise to meet me at my house later, Nathan said. We carry on like we always have. After she's gone to work. Olivia giggled. Unable to see or take it anymore, Mom hurried away to warn me. Mom hurried to the dining room, but I was not there. Suddenly, the MC called for everyone's attention. Before we proceed to the wedding hall, the bride has a special gift for the groom, he announced. I appeared on the stage and took the mic from the MC. I've waited for a long time to find real love, and I want to dedicate this to him. As the band behind me started playing the chords, I sang a melodious love song. A hush fell over the room as I finished singing. The guests applauded, and Nathan rushed onto the stage and hugged me. Mom knew it would crush my heart when I learned the truth about Nathan's scheming. The MC interrupted the bustling wedding scene. And now, lovebirds, your first dance. Mom weaved through the crowd and approached me. Sweetie, I have to tell you something. It's about Nathan. Is everything okay, Mom? Can we talk privately? Nathan's waiting for me. We'll talk after the first dance, okay? Olivia sidled around Mom and approached me. Nathan's waiting for you in the dance hall. I was so happy and unaware as I followed Olivia to the door. Mom was shattered, and she did not have the courage to break my heart on my big day. So she watched in agony as the wedding proceeded. There was nothing she could do to bring Nathan and Olivia's affair to light. There was only one way to expose him. She had to ensure I caught him red-handed. Nathan and I drove Mom to the airport the following Monday to catch an early flight back home. Mom was disgusted to watch Nathan acting so lovey-dovey with me. She hugged me goodbye before heading to the boarding lounge. Around 15 minutes later, she called a cab and returned to my house. Mom knew Olivia and Nathan would meet after I went to work, and she decided to catch them. When Mom arrived, she saw Olivia's car parked in the driveway. She quickly called me. Sweetie, my flight was canceled, Mom told me. I hailed a taxi to your place. I'm feeling dizzy. Can you meet me there? Oh, God, Mom! I'm busy, but don't worry. I'll call Nathan and ask him, all right? No. Don't call him. I want you to come here. Please. It's important. I sighed. Fine. I'm coming. Mom hung up and crept up to the window. She peered through the glass pane and saw nothing strange at first. Then, the door swung open as Nathan and Olivia entered the room, kissing each other. He set her down, and the pair started making out on the couch. Mom glanced at the street, but there was still no sign of me. She peeked through the window and quickly looked away in disgust. Seeing how things inside had heated up, Mom stood by the curb, praying for me to get there soon. 5 minutes later, I pulled up. Mom, are you okay? I approached her. No, I'm not. Your husband and that Olivia, they're in there, fooling around. WHED? I was shocked. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I overheard them on your wedding day. You overheard what? They are having an affair and have planned to swindle you and take your money when Nathan leaves you. Mom replied as I froze. Nathan and Olivia? My breath shuddered. He's always been nice to me. How did I not have a clue about this affair? They're in there right now. Mom pointed to the door. Why don't you go see with your own eyes? I nodded curtly and wiped my tears. I angrily marched to the front door, and Mom was right behind me. We tiptoed to the living room. The sound of Nathan and Olivia giggling behind the couch echoed in the hallway. What the hell's going on here? I yelled. Mom rushed in but was caught off guard by the sight before her shocked eyes. It didn't make any sense. Just mere minutes ago, when she looked through the window, Nathan and Olivia were engrossed in their intimate moment. But now, they were casually seated on the sofa like nothing had happened. What do you mean? Nathan replied. Olivia and I were discussing work. Didn't I tell you I'd be working from home this week? You liar. Mom pointed at Nathan. I saw the both of you doing things on that sofa. You must have seen us coming and gotten dressed. Gotten dressed? Olivia frowned. Jesus, you think Nathan and I are having an affair? Just shut up. I snapped. My mother saw you two in the bathroom on our wedding day and now in our house. You were so insistent on sharing our assets and money when we got married. And now I know why. Nathan, you married me for my money. That's not true. Nathan denied the allegation. Being married means sharing everything. What's mine is yours. I'm sorry your mother thinks so cheap of me, but she's mistaken. Olivia and I are friends and business partners. I thought you trusted me. I did, Nathan. But why would my mom lie to me? I just don't understand. Sophie, I love you and I can prove it. Nathan took my hand. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a bunch of keys. See this? He dropped the keys into my palm. I made the final payment for our new home yesterday. Olivia was here to help me with an idea to surprise you. But everything's ruined now. He's lying, sweetheart, Mom insisted. But I didn't seem to hear. You were going to surprise me? I whispered. Yes. I wanted to drive you there in a blindfold, walk you onto the lawn and show you our dream home. But I guess I'll be staying there alone now. There's no point in sharing my life with a woman who doesn't trust me. Nathan snatched the keys from me and stormed to our bedroom. Wait, you can't just leave me like this. I ran after Nathan. I don't doubt you, but I know. Mom would never tell me something like this unless it's true. Mom's heart raced in her chest. It was all too much for her. Her knees gave way as a dull pain spread through her chest. The last thing Mom heard was the piercing shrill of ambulance sirens. My son brought home a woman my age, saying she's now the lady of the house. It all started the day my son, Ryan, brought home a woman nearly my age and announced she was moving in. At first, I didn't say much, but I had a plan. Let's just say, by the time they realized the weight of their actions, it was far too late. For years, all I wanted was to see Ryan happy and settled down with someone who would love him as much as I did. That wish only grew stronger after my husband, Daniel, passed away 3 years ago. I had always envisioned my son with a partner who would bring out the best in him. A woman full of life and kindness. Someone who could build a future with him the way I had with his father. I never expected that his choice would shake me to my core. For most of my life, I considered myself lucky. I had a loving husband, 2 wonderful children, and a home that always felt warm and full of laughter. My husband, Daniel, was my rock-steady, dependable, and always making sure we were taken care of. When he passed, it felt like the ground beneath my feet crumbled. I kept moving forward because I had no other choice. Bella, my daughter, has been my greatest source of pride. She's ambitious, focused, and self-sufficient. She moved to another city for work, and though I miss her dearly, I never have to worry about her. Then there's Ryan. Ryan was always my free-spirited, go-with-the-flow child. As a boy, school was never his priority. Video games and hanging out with his friends were. But something changed in his late teens. He started taking life more seriously, got his diploma, and landed a stable job. He wasn't destined to be a millionaire, but he was responsible, and that was enough for me. At 30, he still lived at home, and I didn't mind. After losing Daniel, his presence gave me comfort. I only wanted to see him build a life for himself, find love, and experience the kind of partnership I had. So, when he finally told me he had met someone, I was thrilled. Ryan had just returned from a trip to France when he casually mentioned meeting someone. Her name's Lydia, he said over dinner, poking at his plate. We met in an art gallery in Paris. He spoke about her with a dreamy look in his eyes. Lydia was an art curator, sophisticated and passionate about her work. She sounds wonderful, I said eagerly. When can I meet her? Not yet, he replied with a small smile. I want to take my time. For months, I imagined Lydia as a young, vibrant woman full of energy who would become a part of our family, maybe even the mother of my future grandchildren. When Ryan finally said she was coming over for dinner, I was ecstatic. I cooked lasagna, set the table with my best dishes, and even styled my hair to look modern and put together. Then the doorbell rang. That must be her, I called out, smoothing my dress. But when I stepped into the living room, I froze. Lydia was not the woman I had imagined. She was mature, incredibly well put together. Yes, but only 5 years younger than me. Mom, this is Lydia, Ryan said proudly. Hello, Celine. Lydia greeted me, her smile bright as she extended her hand. I forced myself to shake it, though my grip was weak. As Ryan led her to the dining table, chatting away, I followed in a daze. Was this really happening? As we ate, Ryan's excitement was palpable. Mom, Lydia is moving in with us. I nearly choked. Move in? With us? Yes, he said as if it were the most natural thing in the world. It makes sense. We'll save money, and she can help out around the house. Lydia smiled warmly. I think it'll be wonderful, Celine. I'd love to make things easier for you. I gripped my fork tightly. I didn't need help. I'd been managing just fine on my own. But before I could respond, Ryan added, it's not just about saving money. I love her, Mom. I think she's the one. His words should have made me happy, but all I felt was unease. Still, I held my tongue. At first, things were civil. Lydia was polite, and I tried to be welcoming. But soon, small irritations turned into blatant disrespect. She monopolized the bathroom every morning, used my groceries but never cooked for me. And worst of all, she started changing my home. One day, I came home to find my floral curtains replaced with modern, minimalist blinds. My favorite armchair, gone. In its place was a sleek leather recliner that looked cold and uninviting. But the final straw came over breakfast. You know, Celine, Lydia said casually, you have a great basement. It would be perfect for you. I blinked. Excuse me? Well, she continued, I need an office, and we were thinking of taking the master bedroom. Or maybe you could stay with Bella for a while. I turned to Ryan, expecting him to defend me. Mom, it's not a bad idea, he said. Lydia needs space for her work, and Bella would love to have you around. I stared at them, stunned. My son and his girlfriend were trying to push me out of my own home, but I didn't fight. Instead, I did something they never saw coming. A week later, I handed Ryan an envelope. What's this? He asked. Congratulations, I said with a smile. The house is yours. Ryan and Lydia looked at me in confusion. You said you wanted to be the lady of the house, Lydia. Now you are. All the bills, mortgage, taxes, maintenance, everything is in your name. For the first time, Lydia looked uneasy. Ryan's face paled. Wait, the mortgage isn't paid off. I smirked. Of course not. Welcome to the real world. A month later, my phone rang. It was Lydia, her voice shaking with rage. So this was your plan? She screamed. They had just received the first wave of bills. Reality had hit them hard. You wanted the house, I said calmly. Now take responsibility for it. They begged me to take it back, which I did, but not before learning a hard truth about my son. He had put another woman before his own mother, without a second thought. And while I still love him, I've decided to start loving myself more. I moved into a beautiful condo near the beach. It's peaceful, and for the first time in years I feel free. Ryan and I still talk, but things have changed. Lydia is no longer in the picture, and I think he's finally starting to see the mistakes he made. As for me, I've learned that respect isn't given, it's demanded, and I will never let anyone make me feel like a guest in my own home again.